Hello! Welcome to my sketchbook tour. This is my first sketchbook tour. I made this sketchbook myself. I made the covers with leftover fabrics I had from making ample type of planners and just books in general. I know how to bookbind, and I use just regular Coptic stitch binding. And yeah, I made this myself. That's not that interesting, I think. I started this sketchbook in I think September last year, I think. And yeah, I finally finished it. It takes me a long time to finish a sketchbook, so I don't think there's gonna be a lot of sketchbooks tour in this channel, but still I wanted to record one for YouTube, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, let's start. First off is personal information you don't need. First off, I have in the first page, I have some swatches and some tests to see what the paper could handle in terms of washes. So I have just, some swatches of my watercolor palette that I had at the time. I have since reduced it to make it more manageable. Because this one had like 30 colors and it was a little bit overwhelming. Yeah, and I made some, just some tests to see if it handled the paint well. A big wash to see if it was smooth. Some pencil and erasing. Wet on wet bleeds and whatever that is. It had a lot of water and the paper seems to have handled it well. It didn't buckle that much. I didn't mention the paper. This is Fabriano Studio cold press watercolor paper. So just regular cellulose, or mostly cellulose. It has 25% cotton in it. Not the best paper. It feels kind of plasticky to the touch, so I don't enjoy it that much. I much rather prefer cotton papers. So yeah, here's some sketches of Pinterest pictures of guys, because I wanted to practice drawing guys because I never do. And this is a stamp. I have developed a habit, I guess, of collecting stamps I get in packages, because I took a I don't know what the word is in English, postage stamp design class in uni, and after that I started just collecting stamps. So I include them in my sketchbooks. So yeah, nothing interesting here, just blue watercolor and micron and just some random dudes from Pinterest. This was for, yeah, I started this sketchbook around September, I said, and this sketch page character design thing was for this, I guess, challenge I was doing that a friend hosted. I never finished it, but whatever. It was called Slowtober. You were supposed to like design and make palette, swatches, and sketches and everything all throughout October and post the final picture at the end. So I used some emoji thing to design. Someone made an emoji prompt list, and I decided to use this to design characters for a final piece. I never did a final piece. I have a sketch and I put it on screen. Maybe, I don't know. I need to find it first. Yeah, that's just a vampire corpse fairy, and the wings are supposed to be like a skull. At least that was my intention. Here's some sticker design that I made. I scanned this and turned it into a little sticker, and they are very cute. It's a grumpy little witch. I think this sketch here is much cuter than this one, but whatever. This one is very cute. I designed a couple of stickers in here to go along with her. It's a little set, and these are the designs I chose, and then I decided to destroy the rest of the spread with random doodles and testing. I got some dip pens. These are the ones I use mostly for liner now and acrylic ink, so I was just messing around with them here. And yeah, it was just some Posca marker drawings. And I recut some ingredient bottles, I guess, and a cauldron, just basic witchy things. I released these in October last year. I still have some in stock. I'm not much of a Halloween fan. I'm more of a Christmas gal, but I enjoy the witchy themes, so that's why I designed those. Here's another sketch for that Slowtober thing, and this was a, let me check. She was supposed to be a doll, and the emojis were, I think, a rabbit, the Naruto thing, and a sakura flower. So that's her design. She's a doll. This one was a witch, and the emojis were owl, tea, and moon. So that's some things that I try to incorporate in her design, and this owl is very wonky, but it's okay. Here's some swatches of the colors I was planning to use. They are handmade watercolors, actually, that I bought over the years. And yeah, she is very cute. This is my favorite black paint, and it's by Kiwi Colors. And if you don't know her, please follow her on Instagram because she makes wonderful paints. She's a wonderful person. I think I have talked about her a couple of times before. So yeah, just a witch. This design I think was a little bit lazier than the other ones, but yeah. Next was this ghost girl, and the emojis were secret, ghost, and knife. And this is her design, very simple. I guess she has a secret she's hiding. And yeah, I really like this mouth I drew here. I think it looks very nice. Okay, this is some just swatches. These are some swatches of some paints that a friend sent me. Frida's paints are really nice. They have honey in them and they smell a lot like honey. That's something that you enjoy, or maybe not. But yeah, they are very juicy and really high quality. I recommend them. And then I decided to swatch all of my purple paints because I'm weird and drew, I don't know, Chinese looking questionable girl. Next, this is just a spread. I use washi tape to mask off the edges and make it nice looking. This was a prompt from a Discord I'm in. This one as well, but I made it like abstract, I guess. I don't like it. And some landscapes. I never paint landscapes, so I thought I would practice and make these small ones. I really like the smoke, how the smoke clouds turn out in this one. And I think the colors blended really nice. I think the paper, like the way the cellulose paper behaves, really helped here. Yeah, and this is just a random study. I was trying to practice drawing noses. I think I still don't have the hang of it, but yeah, that was the goal of this. And then I ended up rendering everything and painting it. And the splotches of shimmer paint that you see, I made it with my Muller from Making Paints. I have a smaller one, and that's one I used, and it looks pretty interesting. Muller prints are very fun to make. Next, it's an owl from a challenge my friend Kiwi Colors made with Aloha watercolors. I think Aloha colors or Aloha watercolors. I know they hosted a like joint challenge in one of the fronts with an owl, and I felt like drawing it, so I joined with this page here. This was a specific, like I had to draw a specific species of owl, but I don't remember what the name was. It's probably in my Instagram post. But yeah, it was standing on this branch things, and I liked the pictures. I decided to paint it. Just some portrait practice. They are kind of meh. Another of those challenges from them. So it was flowers this month, and this I think is King Protea. I don't know how to pronounce the name correctly. I really like her pink turquoise green hair, and I decided to design an outfit after the flower, and that's her. I really like her. She's cute. This was for Mermaid. I didn't remember when I made this, but this was definitely Mermaid 2021, and I decided to go in with Posca markers because I haven't been using them that much. So I think the prompts were Mediterranean, amber, or something. It was like a place and a color, and so I chose colors that went with the prompt and drew a Egyptian mermaid. I think she's kind of cool. I added a gold details with a gold Posca pen. I don't know if it shows, but yeah, I practice the outfit thing. I really like drawing with Poscas and I need to do it more. It gives such a flat, nice look to the drawings. This was another mermaid drawing and I really like this picture. It was swamp and green or deep green or some olive or something like that. Swamp and green. I looked up swamp and which animals live in swamps, and I found some swamp that had this bird. I don't remember which one it was, and yeah, she's a like crocodile or alligator type of mermaid. So I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. And she's, you know, talking to a bird or something. She won't eat it, don't worry. But yeah, I really like this picture and the colors and the details. Very happy with it. Thumbnail sketches. You will see it's a pattern that I drew. Like, I tend to draw test swatches, thumbnails and everything on this side of the page and then make the finished piece in here. I think it's something that I developed, a habit that I developed from using Copics back in high school, because they tend to bleed through the paper, so then this paper was not really usable, so I tend to do like sketches in this side. More sketches for Mimi. This was, I think, I don't remember the place, but I think it was cerulean blue. And here's, I did a lot of thumbnails for this one because I wanted a dynamic pose, and I think I achieved that dynamic pose, but it was really hard to draw. I should have taken a reference picture and not make it up. And also have some boarding passes because I went to Miami to get a vaccine because they weren't available. When we bought the tickets, they weren't available here yet. So I went to Miami to get my first doses of Pfizer. Please get vaccinated. Some washi tape that I got from a package from Sonia. I don't remember how, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, so I'll just put it here on screen. She has really cute artwork. This is one of her washi tapes, and I decided it was so cute that I just threw it in here to save it. Yeah, just, you know, doodles, swatches, and the picture. I took a pretty long break from May to I don't know when. I think I did this in a blog, so it was a couple of months of not working in my sketchbook. So, you know, thumbnails, the final drawing. I think you can watch these in my first blog. At this time, I wasn't really feeling that much, you know, creative energy. It was around the time my boyfriend moved to the US, so I was a little bit sad. And yeah, I you know, artists don't make art when they are sad, so yeah, I didn't draw much during those months. And it was around the time I started vlogging. Probably not the best idea. Yeah, and you can watch me work on this as well. I use my handmade watercolors and some Himimiya gouache for the leaves. It was an interesting experiment. This I actually drew before this spread. Okay, so my camera cut me off because it has a 20-minute limit. I was saying I drew this before this spread because I just, at that point I thought I was still gonna do it mermaid, so I left this page blank for some reason. Actually, it was because I have some thumbnails in here that I erased and drew over. Yeah, so I used not handmade. I used vintage Rembrandt watercolor paints, which is the professional line from Royal Talents, and they were a pleasure to work with actually. For 50-year-old watercolors, they were great. I got them from Claire Cheese Studio on Instagram. Put the handle here. She buys a lot of vintage watercolor supplies and resells them, and I think that's really cool. Yeah, they work surprisingly fine for really old watercolors, and I really like this drawing. I made a reel about it actually, if you want to watch that on Instagram. Yeah, that's swatches, thumbnails, and the finished picture. I really enjoy working on this. More plane tickets because I went to California to help my boyfriend move in and to say goodbye. And some swatches from my handmade watercolors. I was adjusting the formula and I painted these swatches so I could take pictures and compare them, and that's in my last vlog. You can watch me have a little trip to California as well in my second vlog, I think. I like to stick this type of things in my sketchbook for keepsake. Yeah, swatches. Not really that interesting. And this is the last spread. I don't like drawing in the last page, sorry. This is the last spread, and did some practice bunny skulls for this picture here in the thumbnails, and some color pencil swatches because I drew this with inks and went over with color pencils because I finally understood how those Winsor & Newton inks work. This is some stains, and my cat is meowing. Some stains I got because I dropped ink here. I just photoshopped it out of the picture that I posted on Instagram, but you can watch it on YouTube. you can still see it here in the blog, not blog, in the sketchbook tour. Inks and color pencils, and I really enjoy how it looks actually. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my sketchbook tour. These are not gonna happen often because I don't actually work in my sketchbook that much. So I hope you enjoy it and have a nice day. Remember that paint, it's only wasted when you leave it in the tube. So bye.